It was a routine flight, a plane that had flown hundreds of times without incident. The skies were clear, the autopilot humming, everything under control. Passengers settled in, unaware that within minutes, the ordinary would become catastrophic. The pilots, confident and experienced, monitored the instruments. Every reading was normal. Then something subtle, almost imperceptible, began to shift. A sensor reported conflicting data. At first, it seemed like a glitch, but the autopilot reacted, adjusting the plane's path ever so slightly. From the cockpit, the pilots noticed the plane was no longer behaving exactly as expected. Their controls felt different. A nudge here, a correction there, and suddenly, the plane responded unpredictably. The calm confidence of routine gave way to tension. Every motion felt amplified, every instrument reading suspicious. Outside the window, clouds darkened unnaturally fast. What had been a serene sky transformed into a turbulent canvas. Lightning flickered on the horizon, wind patterns shifted, and the plane began to rock. For the passengers, there was little cause for alarm yet, but in the cockpit, the feeling of unease grew with every second. The pilots worked quickly, communicating concisely. Each command was deliberate, measured, trying to correct the plane's subtle deviations. But the more they tried, the more the plane resisted. A small error compounded by automatic systems created a feedback loop neither human nor machine could immediately correct. Minutes stretched like hours. Each adjustment to the controls led to more uncertainty. The autopilot disengaged, leaving the pilots in full command. Every movement of the yoke required precision. There was no room for hesitation. The plane, once perfectly stable, now felt alive in its unpredictability. Inside the cabin, passengers began to notice turbulence. Drinks spilled, seats jolted, a murmur of concern spread. Few could sense the exact danger, but instinct told them something was off. The crew maintained calm, unaware that every small action in the cockpit could determine the fate of everyone on board. The critical moment came swiftly. One input, a single movement, amplified by the plane's response systems, shifted the trajectory. The nose lifted sharply, then dropped. Airspeed warnings sounded. The pilots fought to stabilize the aircraft, but the automated sensors conflicted with their inputs. Every second counted. Outside, the storm intensified. Rain lashed against the windows. Lightning illuminated fleeting glimpses of the wing tilting unnaturally. The aircraft that had flown flawlessly now seemed unpredictable, almost rebellious. It was a test of human skill against complex machinery in the most unforgiving environment imaginable. The pilots' voices remained calm, but their focus was total. Instruments flickered, systems engaged and disengaged automatically, and the plane responded in unexpected ways.
Approaching minimum.
Every maneuver required exact precision. One wrong adjustment could cascade into disaster.
Minimums.
The tension in the cockpit was palpable,
100.
the weight of hundreds of lives pressing on every decision. Seconds felt like
40,
minutes.
30,
Each decision
20,
had to be calculated,
10.
yet executed instantly. The autopilot could no longer be trusted. The plane, once the epitome of reliability, was now a puzzle the pilots had to solve in real time, against the clock and the storm. Eventually, the chaos subsided. The immediate danger managed, but not fully resolved. The pilots regained partial control, the aircraft stabilized somewhat, but the shadow of what could have happened lingered. Every small input had mattered, and the line between routine and catastrophe had been thinner than anyone could imagine. For the passengers, the flight continued as if nothing extraordinary had occurred. They would never know how close they had been to a disaster born not from turbulence or storm alone, but from the delicate interplay of human skill and machine response. And yet, the questions remained. How could a plane that had flown perfectly, hundreds of times, become so unpredictable in the hands of experienced pilots? What small triggers turned order into chaos? The answers lay in the sensors, the systems, and the split-second decisions that defined every flight. It was a flight that began like any other, and yet it became a lesson in precision, tension, and the razor-thin line between normalcy and catastrophe. A reminder that even perfection is fragile, and that in the skies, every choice matters more than we can comprehend.